Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Before we get started, I actually have recorded, or had recorded, the next two videos, but there was a serious problem with the recording program at the time. For some reason the resolution of the program, either the game or the recording program changed, so it really only recorded like the first top 2/3 of the actual game, so it obviously wasn't usable, so we're gonna get back into it. I also kind of rushed things, so it wasn't like the best quality video I've ever put out. Before we really get started in the flesh markets here, there's a few things we're gonna want to do. So we're gonna come over this way. We're gonna ignore the Xvim situation here with Shamira, the Ardent Dream. We're gonna come all the way over here to the Whirlong Black Mask. A stern-looking demon stands before you, bristling with what seems to be an arsenal of weapons, and his copious scars suggest that he's been hacked to pieces more than once. His face is hidden under a grotesque obsidian mask, attached to his flesh by thin straps ending in hooks. The hooks are threaded into the skin and the wounds bleed profusely, as if inflicted mere moments ago. The mask resembles a sinister black mollusk, enveloping the face of his victim. When he speaks, the slaver's voice is muffled. "Greetings, stranger. I'm Whirlong, legend of the Battle Bliss. Are you ready to buy some slaves? Or do you need some weapons for yourself and your servants?" We don't need slaves yet, so let's see what weapons he's selling. We don't care about why he's calling them Nahindrian. It is a marketing term. It doesn't mean anything. We're going to go price in descending order. There's, I think, two things I wanted to buy here, if I'm not mistaken. From last time, we want the Display of Power. It's a +6 strength belt. It grants its wearer a 15-foot aura that will make all enemies in range suffer a -2 penalty on will saving throws. Pretty damn useful. There's, I think, I can't remember if it's here or if someone else has it, but I'm just going to quickly go through these. There's some good weapons here for almost everyone. The Holy Devotee's Wrath isn't actually that good of a weapon, unfortunately. It is a holy sword, but we have Radiance, which is a significantly better sword. So, Frostbite's actually a really good sword if you use Bastard Swords. I know they're not a super common weapon to be used, but they're actually really quite good. Anything else that's jumping out at me? No. What about armor? +5 bonus on reflex saving throws, and it's a +4 suit of half plate. Not the worst in the world. The Belt of Bloodlust is also okay if you have a group that has... Actually, no, sorry, this is a different belt than I thought it was. This belt where grants its wearer a +5 enhancement bonus to strength and dex, and whenever they land a killing blow, they get a +5 morale bonus on their next attack roll. It's actually pretty good. We're going to take this gold coin from the flesh markets. A very important coin. I think that's all we want from this particular individual. We're going to keep buying things. There's a couple more things I want to buy in the market that are quite expensive, but we'll get them all anyways. Don't forget to grab the random loot lying around, and I think we have things to sell. Or at least we might have things to sell. Yeah, we have a couple things to sell. Alright, let's sell the... Or we already sold things apparently. Let's sell the heavy crossbow +2s. We did do a fight. And there's a couple things we can sell, I guess. And anything in armor. Full blade +2 gone. Indomitable life, no. Leather armor +2 gone. Alright, that should be good, I guess. And we're off. So, we're going to leave Ramissa the slave trader alone. We don't really care about her. I'm not going to do Xvim's thing yet. We're coming down all the way here to Krebis, who's the next guy we want to talk to. The tall, thin vendor is swathed in a loose black robe. He's not a demon, but it's impossible to determine his race. His expressionless and hairless face is covered in tattoos, and he looks as if he was made of wax. His eyes are motionless. As you approach, the black figure almost doubles over as he sweeps into a low bow. The vendor moves with supernatural delicacy and grace impossible for a human. He extends his arms, also covered in tattoos, towards you. The ink on his palms comes to life and forms the words, "Greetings, I am Krebis, vendor of magical lunatics." The voice of the hand sounds contemplative. I sense shadows, evil shadows that once served their old master, Veriavaxis, who I fought valiantly but had not the strength to defeat. Beware of this one, champion, for he is linked to powers both formidable and cunning. Something inside of you awakens and casts a fiery glance at the slaver. You can see the darkness curling under the thin layer of his skin, or rather a shadow resembling darkness, a demon woven of shadows. Show me your magical wares. We don't care about the slave part of this whole thing yet. We're going to get to that eventually. There's a ring here I want, though. Not that one. This one. The Ring of Imminent Demise. Whenever the wearer of this ring makes an attack of opportunity, the enemy must make a fort save or be knocked down. It also grants a +2 competence bonus on attack and damage rolls with two-handed weapons. Super-duper useful for us. There's also one more item. I don't know if it's him that has it, but doesn't look like it. I'm just going to quickly glance through his stuff. He has 60 quarterstaffs? Why? Anyways, let's take a look at the quarterstaffs he has. Phantasmal Guide. Cast illusion spells as if they were 3 levels higher, which is actually pretty damn good. Boots of Arcane Persistence. Whenever the wearer of these boots casts the same spell for the 4th time during the day, it becomes quickened as if using the quicken spell feat. Not really what we're looking for, though. Scroll of Resurrections are useful, but we don't need them at the moment. We already have the Flesh Market coin, so we don't need that. I think that's what we're going to buy, just the ring for now. We have one more thing to buy, and it's over, I believe, at the last vendor on our list that we want to go buy things from. Raggy, we're going to save. I'm also going to quickly close my window. Hang tight. Alright, problem solved. So, the Cambion who gives you a smarmy bow looks like he once tried to split into two, then changed his mind. His chest is twice as wide as it should be, and double pupils stare at you from each of his eyes. Every time this freakish creature opens his mouth, an impressive goiter swells on his neck. His voice has an unpleasant croaking quality, as if a giant toad has taken up residence in his throat. Would you like to buy some fresh flesh? You can call me Raggy, at your service. Who are you? What are you selling? Everyone calls me Raggy, and the name's just fine by me. I'm the top vendor here at the flesh markets, no matter what the others think. They sell expensive, classy goods, whereas I specialize in rabble and riffraff. My goods cost 10 times less than what the others are selling, but I have 100 times more clients than everyone else. Everyone needs a slave. Cheap, maybe slightly defective, but still a slave. Big shots from the upper city prefer to do business with the others, but so what? Middle city feeds me much better. Raggy raises his voice for the last part. He noticed the demon standing nearby cast cautious glances at the insolently grinning Cambion. It seems this shabby specimen has some authority here after all. Besides, I don't just sell live goods, I sell the stuff that used to belong to these poor fools as well. You'll find some extremely valuable and interesting items among the loot taken during slave raids. With a casual nod towards Ember, the demon grimaces with disgust. Incidentally, I'm willing to take this crippled waif off your hands. If you expect to sell her yourself, don't bother. No one will want to buy such a puny thing. But I can add her to a list, or to my lot of Galarian slaves. You are mistaken. I'm not for sale. Ember smiles cheerfully. You are definitely not. We're gonna grab the blackened rags. If you don't have the amulet we have, or you have another ranged person in your group, you have 2 ranged people, and one of them's using the attack of opportunity one. Quick draw is really good. +2 insight bonus on attack and damage rolls with ranged weapons against larger and bigger enemies. Also a +4 bonus on initiative rolls. It's pretty damn good, but we're not going to use it. Call to Violence. This is the one that I was thinking of earlier, which is really good for a group if you have lots of barbarians or anyone with a rage effect in it. The Cloak of Resistance +4 also grants its wearers a 30-foot aura, which grants all enraged allies in the area a +2 bonus on attack and damage rolls. So you can make a pretty good group with that. Also, the Speed Gnome Hooked Hammer is quite good as well for Regil, but we are not using Regil. I might buy the Amulet of Mighty Fist +4. I think our horse has a Mighty Amulet +2? I should check before buying it. We don't need to waste money. No, she already has it already has 1 +4. Technically. Yeah, let's check the technicality of that. +5 technically. Anyways, let's give Ember the robe, Blackened Rags. It replaces her elemental robes, which is fine. It doesn't matter. We rarely do things that have I mean, we could add +2 damage per dice rolled, which does give you extra bad damage boost, but this is a +10 competence bonus on Knowledge Arcana. It also increases the DC of spells from which spell list and hexes by 1. It's pretty good. It's actually really good. So that's going to be what the things we're going to buy in the market. We need to put our new ring on, which is here. Yep, we're going to replace this one. Now we have +35 to hit, which doesn't include any sort of things like greater heroism, so we're getting up there in terms of attack bonus. Alright, so we need to arrest.
Something.
What did we found? We did a perception check. Was it this? Good God. Looting with her is a painful experience. We could buy the air. We could let the air method go free. But we'll leave that alone for now. We're not going to bother with that. We're going to go rest because we need to. And then we are going to go... Oh, the Jaws of the Jackal are actually a really good set of bracers for Darren, weirdly, in our group anyways. So if we look at the Jaws of the Jackal, they grant a +2 Profane Vigor effect, a bonus to natural armor to all evil creatures summoned by the wearer of these gauntlets. The wearer summons a Thanademon, they granted a greater Profane Vigor effect and +4 natural armor. If the wearer summons any good outside creatures, it'll attack the group. That's fine, I don't care about that. Also, the summoned creature gets +2 bonus on attack rolls, saves, and skill checks, or +4 to all those things. It's a pretty nice set of gloves. He is evil, he'll always summon evil things, but I also wanted to check one thing. Are these we'll check in combat, because we're gonna have to do a fight here anyways in a minute. I want to check if skeletons are technically classed as evil creatures. Oh god. Okay, we need to... I forgot that I did a bunch of spell-related things in the other video. We're actually going to wipe out all those. We're going to grab Displacement. And we're going to go Meta Magic. Drop it down a level. Write that spell. Same thing with Haste. Meta Magic. Drop it down. She's going to get rid of all of her level 2 spells because we don't want to rest too much if we can help it. So we're going to grab a bunch of Displacements and a bunch of Hastes. Maybe not that many Hastes. More Displacement Hastes. We need 3 displacements per fight and 1 haste per fight, so we need a 3-to-1 ratio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're at 9, so that's 3. Okay. How many do we have here? So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. That's 6. We have 3 hastes, and we have, well, 4 hastes. It's as close to a ratio as we're going to get. And this is fine, I don't care about that at all. Level 4, what level 5 spells do we have? Do we want to draw? Oh yeah, we do. We want to do Heroism, right. We don't have it there yet, so grab Heroism, Meta Magic, down a level. Oh, it already is down a level, right. It's a level 6 spell, technically. Right. Okay, fine. Let's get out of there. Back to Nenio. So what are we at here? She's got a couple Fire Snakes. She's got 6 heroisms there. These are all Sirocos, and I think that's worthwhile. These are all Sirocos, I think that's worthwhile. I think we should actually take off... Well, we only have 9 dinosaur bones. I think I'm going to save those. Someone mentioned Weird was a really good spell for Nenio, and that is true. We are going to get Weird soon. Actually, maybe we can just memorize it. Do we have Weird as a scroll? Probably not, honestly. I'm highly doubting we do. We'll sort by name. They'll be near the end, obviously. That's not even close to the end. Touch of Gracelessness. Word, okay, that's close. Web. Veil, so no, we don't have it. Who might have it, though? Not you. Let's quickly wander back over to Crevice. Crevice might have Weird. We can always buy it. If we can find it. We'll go name in A to Z. Should be near the end if it exists. Wail the Banshee. Walk through space. Waves of Ecstasy and Waves of Exhaustion. No Weird, unfortunately. Alright, well, we'll wait to see if it pops up. Eventually. But we're going to go back to the Nexus and have a quick rest. I'm going to do one more quick glance at our spells just to make sure they're correct. And then we're on our way. We're going to be doing a big fight here. Actually, there's 2 fights I want to do in this video, probably. And then there's going to be a bunch of exploring to do too. I managed to figure out how to get this frame rate to be somewhat stable. Alushinyrra is just a badly optimized area graphically, unfortunately, at least for my computer for some reason. Let's quickly rest. We don't have to worry about corruption here, which is really, really nice because corruption sucks.
Do you think your victims accept death more easily?
Alright. I'm going to pause for 1 second here. Oh, Soziel has something to say. Listen, the cleric speaks quietly, yet with unusual resolve. I found out there's a slave trader at the local market, a demon in a black mask. I might be grasping at straws here, but What if he's the same demon that kidnapped Trevor? Let's go there and ask him some questions. A demon in a black mask? What are you talking about? Do you remember those soldiers who fought for the Hell Knights? They told me that a demon in a black mask was the one who took Trevor. They thought the monster just killed him, but we know there's a slave trade here. What if the demon brought my brother down here to sell him? Are you sure you still want to find Trevor? You might not like what you discover. I've long accepted whatever happened to Trevor couldn't have been good. I still want to know his fate. If he's in prison, I will set him free. If he's dead, I'll at least be able to pray for his soul's peaceful rest. See what I can do. Thank you. Alright, we're going to go deal with that later. We're not going to that Alushinyrra. We could jump through that portal. It's kind of pointless. We want to go back to the flesh markets right away. And I'm gonna prep a fight for us, and then we'll get started on it. So I'll pause the video here. We'll prep the fight, we'll do the conversation for it, and then we will do the actual fight. Alrighty, so I know I said I was gonna start or get the fight prepped, but unfortunately we have a conversation to deal with first. As we walk through this area, we definitely get clipped by Xvim's little conversation, so we'll get that done. Random words. Master Sarzaxis is delighted to behold Lady Xvim and Lady Shamira. It's a great honor for him. How may he assist you? Xvim is looking to buy some slaves, the best slaves. It's for an important job. Random words again. Allow me to present this fine specimen, an extraordinary, belligerent, destructive, and vicious slave. He killed 7 hunters before his capture. Shut your mouth, meatball. Your breath stinks. I don't need gladiators or bodyguards. I'm looking for a pack of strong demons, ones who are not very bright and can obey orders. Random words again. In that case, perhaps my lady would be interested in this batch of creatures recently captured from the lower city. They're all strong and quite stupid. Shamira, what do you want with these puny creatures? They're small fry, fit only to be cannon fodder for the Crusaders. I would suggest they seem fine to me. Finish the preparations and send them to the harem of ardent dreams, and be quick about it. A dark-haired young man stares up at the ugly lump of flesh hovering in the air. Hello up there. I'm blinded by your beauty. Please descend to this humble mortal and grant me the honor of a date with you. Don't interfere. The demon gives an indignant snort and begins to gurgle angrily. His tiefling slave translates. Master Sarzaxis says you have 10 seconds to get out of his sight, or he'll command his lackeys to gouge out your eyes. Alright, I can take a hint. I'm leaving. The young man backs away and jots something down in his notebook. Done. Excellent source material. Now I'll go have a drink or two in the tavern and get to work. I'm gonna grab this book while I'm here. We can do the Sarzaxis thing really quickly. It doesn't take very long. A demon who looks like a ball of lumpy, melting flesh hovers in the air. He clenches a whip in his hand. The demon emanates an aura of confidence and authority. He snorts sternly at a skinny tiefling standing nearby, whose eyes are skillfully sewn shut with a black silk thread studded with diamond chips. The demon mutters something incomprehensible to you. The tiefling speaks to you in a soft voice devoid of emotion. Master Sarzaxis welcomes you to the flesh markets, visitor from another plane. He noticed right away that you are a person of means. Though he himself has no interest in doing business with you, your presence benefits the flesh markets, so Master Sarzaxis is prepared to spare you some of his time. This slave will interpret his words for you, for he loathes speaking any language except the one he used in his homeworld. The suitor's hideous face is marked with desperation. Overcoming his pride, he reaches out to you with his gnarled hand, beseeching your help with his humiliating gesture. The tiefling interprets another burst of snorting, this time addressed to Arushale. Master Sarzaxis is happy to see Lady Arushale again and wishes her pleasant purchases at the flesh markets. He regrets immensely that he wasn't informed of Lady Arushale's visit in advance, otherwise he would have prepared a special lot exclusively for her. Master Sarzaxis remembers Lady Arushale's preferences very well, and he would be happy to satisfy the wishes of such a discerning client. Arushale sounds calm, but you can see her hands have started to tremble. Please tell Master Sarzaxis I have no interest in his slaves anymore. I won't pay for them, neither in gold nor in other ways. Sell me that dretch. Sarzaxis begins to snort, spraying saliva. He babbles quickly, which causes short, uncertain pauses in the slave's speech. This dretch, like the other demons in this shipment, is set aside for Lady Xvim. Without a doubt, this lazy waste of flesh, caught today in the lower city, will never prove to be a useful worker, but he still belongs to his new mistress. She is a very influential person, therefore trying to deceive her would be disrespectful and dangerous, and Master Sarzaxis would never commit such a foolish act. He resents your suggestion that he's capable of doing anything of the kind. He is insulted and outraged. There are not many vices that can surpass the greed of demons, but pride is one of them. Imagine what tremendous power it has when the two are combined. As disgusting as it is for me to give this advice, listen to me. If this scoundrel feels insulted, offer him gold, not as part of the deal, but rather as a compensation for the insult and as a recognition for his high status. Perhaps gold can compensate for the insult I've inflicted. The demon's grumbling abates slightly as a flicker of greed appears in his eyes. Master Sarzaxis finds your idea very reasonable. He kindly agrees to accept the sum of 30,000 coins to atone for the insult you've inflicted, taking into account your unfamiliarity with local customs. Master Sarzaxis will not demand your hand or eye in recompense. For his part, Master Sarzaxis considers it undesirable to keep this dredge in his stock, for he was the cause of your disagreement. As a gesture of reconciliation, he would immediately release him and drive him out so this unpleasant incident may be considered settled and forgotten. Let's leave all grievances and misunderstandings behind. And the tiefling translates Sarzaxis' satisfied snort. Though it's wholly unnecessary, you understand its meaning perfectly well. Master Sarzaxis congratulates you on a successful purchase. The dredge approaches you, glancing cautiously around. He mumbles in a quiet voice so that only you can hear his words. I have no idea why Shamira needs slaves, but from what I've heard, they don't live long. Becoming her property is a death sentence, no doubt about it. Meaning you saved me, so I guess I owe you? But he doesn't actually say that. The suture appears confused. It seems this miscreation is not accustomed to being shown mercy and simply doesn't know how to express its thanks. How were you captured? I was wandering the lower city searching for something. Never you mind what. I mean, that's not what I meant to say. It's a personal matter. Yeah, that's the right way to put it. So I was roaming around, chatting with all and sundry when the slave hunters appeared and started chasing us. They threw those who survived in a cage and brought us here. This is a typical occurrence in the Abyss. Social dynamics, it's called. The strong enslave the weak. What will you do now? With a gloomy glance, the suture gives a vague answer. I'll continue my search. I will. It won't be easy, but I'll prove to her that I'm smarter and wilier than she thinks. The dredge's expression is determined, even severe. What are you looking for? The dredge throws a suspicious glance at you. Don't ask, that's none of your business. Farewell. The suture hesitates, nervously scratching the back of his neck. He repeatedly opens his mouth to say something, but nothing comes out. Finally, he starts to mumble incoherently. You just be careful, that's what I'm saying. With a martyr sigh, Suture turns around, relieved to lose himself once again in Alushinyrra's warren of alleyways. Alright, so now I'm going to prep this fight. It's going to be up here against... We'll do the first part of the conversation, and then I'll set up the fight. A grotesquely fat demon speaks to a demoness standing in front of him, his voice irritated yet slightly sycophantic. If you want to get these sweet Awesomar for the 10,000 delights, cough up 50,000. Just look how delicious they are. These girls haven't yet been whipped, your clients will be clamoring for them, and after they become too worn out, they'll make magnificent stew. I'll give you 30 if you stop talking rubbish, Dyunk, or keep going, and you can steer clear of my palace of delights. You can pleasure yourself on your own, you fat chunk of rotten meat. Do you want to get on Chivarro's bad side? Do you really want that? The Awesomar slaves standing nearby try to avoid looking at the angry demoness. Even in their miserable position, they retain the mark of inner purity and nobility inherent to their kind. Puffing himself up, the fat demon answers abruptly and angrily, 50,000 for these delightful innocent creatures your shabby and worn-out demonesses can't hope to compete with. That is my final offer. Stay away from the 10,000 delights. You can have your own little morsels. Pleasure you from now on, you greedy, horny piece of shit. The disgustingly fleshy demon greets you with a wave, his arm encased in roll after roll of fat. Allow me to present my living wares, the finest household slaves to serve you and entertain your body and spirit, and they can satiate even the most exquisite cravings. The demon accompanies his last claim with voluptuous lip-smacking, looking pleased. Alright, show me what you have for sale. Just feast your eyes on them. The most exquisite pleasure slaves, raised in comfort and luxury at your service. They're well-trained, neat, docile, and stand ready to become ideal servants for your manor. All of them are young and healthy, in a perfect state of ripeness. The demon bursts into a sickening cackle, and then whispers to you confidentially. Of course, we have made sure that their tender flesh meets the expectations of even the most demanding gourmet. They have no inkling of what awaits them, so you need not worry about fear spoiling the meat, making it tough and bitter. Beautiful, athletic, and well-groomed young men and women of different races smile sweetly at you. Their cheerful looks aren't marred by the slightest hints of intelligence. These slaves remind you of happy and well-fed sheep grazing in the pasture. The slaver's eyes widen, and he starts to speak, nearly hyperventilating. Just recently, one of my slave hunting crews returned, bringing me the most beautiful gift, a group of young, fresh, pure Awesomar girls. full of mouth-watering innocence. All of them are beauties in their prime, caught with the utmost care. Unwounded. Shamira will be taking interest in all of them, I wager. Because of her origin, she loves having her fun with Aasimars. There are countless ways one can use such a valuable acquisition, though if you ask me, the smartest way is to treat yourself to a medium-rare fillet with rich, meaty gravy. The Aasimar women look pale and scared, but even in captivity they manage to retain their dignity and refuse to let the demons savor their fear. As Dyunk continues his nauseating commentary, they raise their chins higher and do their best to maintain cold, detached expressions. Such beauties should be enjoying life and delighting others with their loveliness, not bathing their face in tears in the middle of a slave market. Darren casts a grim, sidelong look at the captured Aasimar women. His hand reaches for his coin purse. How much do you want for him? The demon pointedly ignores the count and looks only at you. Would you like to buy these girls? Well, we can negotiate a deal, but I warn you, they won't come cheap. I have to go. Alright. So we're going to save, I'm going to set up the fight, and then we'll do the fight. Alrighty, we have cast all our spells, we are ready to roll, we just need a haste, and we're good to go. So we have a whole bunch of skeleton champions here to tank Dyunk, the slave trader. We're going to get our main character and Sela to beat the hell out of the guard initially, and then we're going to get on Dyunk as well. Our casters are all going to probably be down and out, unable to cast anything because we're only going to be dazed. We'll see how that plays out, and we'll try and dispel as much as possible. Largely, our skeletons are going to be soaking up most of the hits for this fight, so that we don't die. And we'll get one more batch. Maybe not. We're going too close. Alright, let's just do this fight.
Together,
we're going to grab Sela. Actually, Sela's going to be the one to go talk to Dyunk, I believe. I'm going to say... Showing you for sale. We already did all this. Don't you get it? You're going to be eaten. The pleasure slaves erupt in frightened exclamations, whimpering pathetically. They turn their trusted gazes on the demon, some have tears glistening in their eyes. One of the slaves builds up enough courage to respond to you, petulantly retorting, "What are you talking about? We are slaves intended for exquisite pleasures, not livestock. Our job is to please and satisfy the tastes of the most influential and mighty demons, to entertain them and be their pets. Who would kill such a valuable asset just for food?" Something tells me these unfortunate simpletons have not the slightest idea what exquisite pleasures mean where demons are concerned. It isn't even certain that they would have lived any longer had they been sold to fulfill their stated purpose rather than being sent straight to the slaughterhouse. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Stop messing with the heads of my sweet little pets. Daddy Dyunk loves you all. He'd never eat you, isn't that right, my sweeties? They're fattening you up like pigs for the slaughter. They're demons, they eat people like you. We failed that. Looking at the demon with touching trust in their eyes, the slaves all begin to shout at once, "No, Daddy Dyunk would never do that. Why did the stranger come here and try and scare us, Daddy Dyunk?" The demon places a huge plump hand over his heart and addresses the slaves with fondness. "My lovely pets, has Daddy Dyunk ever put you in harm's way? Didn't he raise you and feed you? Didn't he let you live in a big and beautiful manner? Didn't he protect you from every hurt, every wordy? Daddy Dyunk loves you. Would he ever agree to feed you to some nasty, hungry strangers? They'll cut the meat off your bones, slice by slice, whip out a pate from your liver, and use their bones to make a wonderful hearty broth, and you may still be alive when they start eating." Animalistic terror distorts their beautiful faces. Staring at you with childish accusation, Dyunk's pets start wailing and jostling one another. Dyunk slowly maneuvers his massive body towards the nearest slave, a slender young boy with long fair hair and soft features. With a lazy swipe of the demon's claw, the boy's lower jaw disappears and blood starts gushing from the terrible crimson cavern where his jaw used to be. The boy blinks in dumb bewilderment, then a wild bestial howl erupts from his throat as he falls. Demons, wearing wolfish grins, crowd in from every corner of the market, savoring every moment of their victim's helplessness. Damn it, who asked you to tell these idiots the truth? They're like cattle. They go where they're being led until they see the butcher's knife.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Now, we have a situation here. So, this guard is going to be annoying. That being said, it's not the worst thing in the world. We just want to kill it as fast as possible before it does stupid things. Darren isn't particularly useful in this situation, though we can start with at least... Oh, we can't do Dispel because I think lower level spells technically take a full round action? Yeah, so lower cast spells take a full round. That's fine. We're going to grab a higher level one and see if we can do anything. We definitely did not Dispel anything, which is a little unfortunate. Our skeletons are going to take swings. They may be able to do some damage for us in this fight. They're also going to die for us, which is a good thing. We need to get Sela away from the fight before she gets stunned. It looks like Ember is stunned, or something along those lines. I don't really want my skeletons going to fight the guard, because it's going to die in like 3 seconds. I want them to fight Dyunk. as much as possible. And we're really looking forward to those skeletons doing a little bit of damage. Most of our damage in this fight is going to come from Sirocco, at least initially. Yeah. The guard's going to die in like 3 seconds because our main character should be able to kill it in like one go. Okay, the guard is dead. Fortunately, nothing cares if we kill that guard. Like, literally nothing cares if we kill the guard. Ember is down and out, which is a little annoying. We don't have any dispels with Nenio, but we're just gonna get another Sirocco going. I need as much damage as possible on him, because we, at least the last time I did this fight, we spent a significant chunk of the fight completely unable to do anything. And we're gonna move back out of range, hopefully. And there comes out the stun. Alright, let's see who we have left alive to do things. Probably not many people, honestly. And the skeletons are going to be our main source of literally everything that gets to happen in this fight. It's possible some people escaped the thing. It looks like Ember's cowering, and I'm not sure why. She doesn't have a time limit. Darren, are you stunned? You are. You're dazed for 15 seconds, which isn't the longest in the world. 39 seconds on Nenio. It looks like Asila's fine, which is nice. Main character is dazed for 32, and Arushale is also dazed. Only for 2, though. She might actually get a turn, which sucks because she's not going to be able to hit him. He has too many buffs on currently, and she's not going to be able to do any damage to him. But it's fine. We'll deal with it as it comes up. I'm not really sure why Ember's cowering, though. Something effect. Oh, she's up. Oh, excellent. She was cowering, but now she's not. Let's get some Dispel Magics going. Failed to dispel anything, which is really annoying. And our Sirocco is doing very little damage.
The light, take you.
We missed all of our attacks with Sela. We'll move back a tiny bit, just so she doesn't get mushed. And she might be down and out now. We'll see. At least skeletons don't get affected by it, and we are doing damage. Like, these Siroccos are going to do damage over time, obviously. That's what they're for. And the skeletons can hit him, and they have haste, so they get 2 attacks, and there's enough of them that statistically they'll get some damage in eventually. With critical hits. Just natural 20 hits. He does have a concealment, very annoying. It looks like Ember's still up, which is really nice. If she could finally roll a Dispel, that would be great. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear that that is working out in our favor at the moment, but fingers crossed, you know? And Sela's still up too, which is surprising. Alright, Ember's up again. Let's try another Dispel Magic. Failed Dispel. What is the DC on our Dispel? 26, so we need to roll a 12 or above. We have not been able to do that. That being said, we're still doing some damage to him, just not a lot. She is out of range, or sorry, she's now in range, I think. That means it's still hitting skeletons, which is fine. Arushale is back up, which I didn't expect. 20 to hit. We rolled a critical miss, of course, and nothing hit there. Darren is still down and out. Skeleton times. And of course, Sirocco, which is really doing not a lot of damage, honestly. Last time there was a couple of blasts that did like 10 or 11. But such is life, we'll just let it do its thing. Another solid 3 damage hit. He only has like 400 or 500 health, so technically he's just getting hit now because he is a barbarian, like everything in the world apparently. Finally, we dispelled Divine Power, Haste, and Displacement. That's at least a solid start on getting rid of some of these things. Sirocco hit for 8 that time, not bad.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
No hits on him for Sela. And the whole Unholy thing went out again, annoying. But now he doesn't have haste, so he doesn't have 2 attacks per round, which is kind of nice. And now we just kind of wait. Hopefully Ember can get another good dispel out. That'd be kind of nice. I'm glad she's up and running. I mean, last time I did this fight, I basically had no one up. In fact, I had no one up. I just watched the fight for several rounds. We dispelled Mage Armor, Heroism, and Bear's Endurance. Another good dispel there. That'll help us out a little bit. We're still on 20s to hit, but eventually it'll get better. I think he's out of Unholy Aura Blasts, or Unholy Nimbus Blasts, or whatever. 16 to hit there. Yay, we actually hit him. Amazing. Alright, Darren is still out for how much longer? I need some extra dispels here. 29 seconds. Okay, so he's out for a long time. He's taken some damage, though. How long till our main character's back up and running? 10 seconds. We need to make sure our main character... Actually, we need True Sight to be off of him before our main character gets in there. If our main character gets hit hard enough, he'll just... Oh, we rested, so he doesn't need a last stand. Or he does have a last stand available, I guess. More dispels. Just all the dispels in the world. Failed to dispel... Oh, we need true... Yeah, we definitely need True Seeing off. That is kind of a vital spell to get rid of.
Into the fray.
Although I guess we can get in there if our character's back alive. Get some outflank going. Might help. Darren still isn't up for a bit, unfortunately. Alrighty, we missed with all of our attacks. I think we should look for a new bow for Rochelet. I can't remember where a better bow for her is. She's using a +4 one, I think, at the moment. He is at about, I don't know, 80% health, give or take. A little bit less now because that skeleton got a solid hit. Oh wait, I was going to check if these skeletons are technically evil. I'll wait till we get to Ember's turn. They are neutral evil undead, which means they do have that buff. That extra strength. I don't know if it shows. Yeah, Propian Vigor right there. +2 on attack roll, skill check saves. Nice. That is actually kind of cool. I really kind of like that. Our skeletons are slightly better than they were. Failed to dispel again, which is annoying.
No glory without risk.
20s to hit still, unfortunately. I think one of the Awesomars just died. Hey, we hit for 50 damage. That's actually pretty damn good. Darren should be up soon, I imagine. It's been several rounds. 16 more rounds, or 16 more seconds, which is just under 3 rounds. Our main character looks like he's back up, so he can get in there and do some punching. Is he not enlarged? No, it's Darren. Where's our main character? Oh, he's right there. He's back at a distance. And then after this, we'll probably go up these stairs. We're going to talk to Sakamanoth, who's up there. I know where he is because I've seen him before. And we'll go from there. Alright, main character's turn finally. Let's get in here. Solid 72 damage hit. What do we need to roll for a hit? He's got 58 armor. We're at +43, so we need a 15 or above to hit him. We didn't confirm our crit, unfortunately, but we did hit him, so I'll take it. We're going to run out of Dispel Magics. We got rid of Bull Strength, Owl's Wisdom, and Hero Wisdom, which isn't exactly what I was hoping.
The light, take you.
And we missed all of our attacks. Just keep killing the skeletons, I'm cool with that. We missed every attack there, good. Darren is still not up and running.
have made your choice.
And we missed all of our attacks. Great. Super good. I don't think... we'll just do one more Dispel. We can always rest more if we need to. Finally, to True Seeing, Unholy Aura. That's a lot of his armor class gone now. Now we can definitely hit him. Even Sheila can get a good hit on him at some point. Only 18 to hit. I'll take it. Oh, he hit us with a double critical hit and immediately sent us into Last Stand, which is extremely annoying. And we have the Inheritor here, which does suck. I kind of like to keep my Last Stand available for other fights, but whatever, we can't really do anything about it at this moment. Stupid Dyunk and his ability to... Which is weird, because he shouldn't have... Oh, does he still have True Seeing? No, he doesn't have True Seeing on. How did he hit us so easily? I'm going back up. I'm going to find out. I don't know where his turn is anymore. There's just so many skeletons doing things. Okay, here it is. He attacked us. He was not caring at all about... Oh, there's a mirror image. Except he got 2 critical hits in a row. Well, not in a row, but pretty close proximity. We can't even get a hit. Oh, we got 1 hit. Good. Thank you for that lovely thing you just did. Wasn't particularly useful, but good enough. The Slaver is dead. Grab his loot. It's a Belt of Physical Flow +2, Amulet of Natural Armor +2, Cloak of Resistance +3, and we're going to talk to the Pleasure Slaves. Huddled together and wiping the demonic blood off their faces and clothes, the slaves stare at you in terror. Did you kill Daddy Dyunk? You won't hurt us, will you? Take us to your palace. We'll obey you. We'll serve you very well. Ember smiles sweetly at the slaves, and they respond with trusting, vacant smiles of their own. Don't worry, we'll take you to a truly good place. It doesn't look like any place you're used to. At first you'll feel uncomfortable, but you'll grow to love it. You're free. I'm going to take you out of the abyss and take you somewhere Actually, yeah, take you somewhere normal. The slaves exchange confused glances. Save us? But why would you save us? We are happy here. Perhaps we should return to your camp first and then we can have some fun. You'll like it so much you'll never want to leave the abyss. These poor souls raised by demons like cattle for the slaughter. You've broken their gold chains. At first they will hate the harsh world you've delivered them into, but only because they are so naive. I, however, celebrate your compassion. Well, good. We did good, guys. We did the good thing. We killed the slaver. We're gonna head up to the roof after it saves. And we're going to talk to Sakobanoth, who is up here. Right there. You managed to find me. Clever boy. The Demon Lord blows you a kiss. Sela frowns. I don't know who this is or what kind of association you have, but he reeks more strongly of evil than any other demon in this cursed city. Arushale freezes where she stands. Lord Sakobanoth, what an unexpected encounter. What is it you wanted to tell me? So we found some of the answers we were looking for in the Lexicon of Paradox. Makes perfect sense, really. It was written by Arilu Vorlesh herself, and she was the one who opened the world wound in the first place. Unfortunately, the Lexicon, much like a cheap serial novel, ended on a cliffhanger. But not to worry. I know where to find the second part. Sakobanoth gives you a smug grin. Do you know where Arilu lives? Here, in this very city, in the palace of my dearest sister. I'm not welcome there. We are no longer on speaking terms, but I'm still keeping my eye on her. She thinks her palace is well protected against scrying. Her defenses may work against others, but not me. I can easily peer into any dark corner or crevice whenever I want. The demon smiles suggestively. I can't steal the lexicon, I'm afraid. That's a bit beyond my reach. However, I can tell you exactly where it's hidden in Arilu's room. Here, look. The demon blows you a kiss, and a clear image appears in your mind. You see Arilu Vorlesh's luxurious chambers in Nocticula's palace, and the cache where the architect of the world wound has hidden her secrets. Nocticula's loyal servants may be able to keep her things hidden from her mistress, but not from me. If you happen to pay Nocticula a visit, don't dawdle, just grab the papers and bring them to me. We've got quite a few good heads on the council. Once we make out her scribbles, we'll figure out something. Remind me who you are? Words are so boring, I prefer to show, not tell, but if you'd like to begin our introduction with words, well, I will bow to your wishes. I am Sakobanoth, a demon lord, prior of the Cathedral Telemech. I grant my congregation endless joys and pleasures, even if their tastes are frowned upon by the more hypocritical masses. Try to remember something you've always wanted, a desire so shameful you don't allow yourself to even think about it. In my house, it'll become true. That, and hundreds more things you can't even imagine. While the hide and seek. This city belongs to my sister. Sakobanoth winces. We're not on the best of terms. Normally, I can sneak around the city and go wherever I please, but it's hard to be stealthy with this thing. He raps his knuckles on the closet door. Playing hide and seek in your sister's city. I smell a juicy secret here. It could even have been intriguing if it didn't involve blasted demons. Sakobanoth smiles sweetly. While this prejudice, are demon secrets less delectable than the secrets of other races? You shouldn't resist your curiosity. It's a completely natural feeling, and so delightfully captivating. I have my own ways of sating my curiosity, thank you, and I prefer doing so without the risk of being torn apart, mutilated, or what other charming customs your kind like to practice. You drag the closet here with you, but of course, you do need a way to get to the council, don't you? How do I get inside Nocticula's palace? She doesn't allow just anyone into her bed, her palace. You get the idea. Especially me. Alas, the sweet girl no longer loves me. You need to pique her interest. You need to become the talk of the town so that she will want to meet you in person. There are plenty of ways to gain reputation, but the most obvious ones are murder and seduction. You could even do both at the same time. I have to go. Go forth, darling. May all doors open to you. So he does have the thing here. We don't need to go to the council chamber. There's nothing to do there yet, at the very least. I went there before. No one has anything new to say, so we're going to ignore it for the time being. Saving, hopping down, maybe. We succeeded at the mobility check. 864 experience. We're not even close to a level, so we'll call it there. But for now, I think that's going to be the end of our video. In the next video, we're going to go explore more of the city. There's another fight we need to do with some Demodans to get a rune, which we'll need for a little bit later on. For now, though, I'll leave you guys here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Others, I'll see you all next time. Take care.